Welcome back, coin lovers and treasure hunters, to another exciting and informative episode on our channel Coin Purchaser, where history meets value, and old coins become gold mines. Today, we're diving into the fascinating story behind a coin that many of you might overlook but holds a rich legacy and potential value: the 1971 Canadian 1-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II. So stay tuned, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's explore the world of this vintage copper penny. Let's go back in time to the early 1970s, a time of major cultural shifts, technological progress, and global change. In the heart of Canada, the Royal Canadian Mint was producing millions of coins to support a growing and modernizing economy. One of those coins was the humble 1971 Canadian 1 cent, made of 98% copper, 0.5% tin, and 1.5% zinc, a sturdy and durable coin that would serve the nation's transactions for decades to come. On the obverse of this coin is the regal portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Mackin, showcasing her young profile wearing a tiara, a symbol of elegance and monarchy. This portrait was first introduced in 1965 and was used on Canadian coins up to 1989. This design is one of the most recognized across the Commonwealth. The reverse side of the coin features the iconic maple leaf twig, symbolizing Canada's national identity and pride. This reverse design was created by G. Kruger Gray, and it remained on the 1-cent coin for many decades. The 1971 1-cent coin was minted in huge numbers. Over 454 million coins were produced that year by the Royal Canadian Mint. While this large mintage makes it a common coin, not all 1971 pennies are created equal. Certain variants, errors, and coins in pristine uncirculated condition or with original luster can fetch significant value among collectors. Coins struck with strong detail, preserved in high mint state grades, or showing unique minting errors like doubling, off-center strikes, or planchet defects are in high demand. So, what is the value of a 1971 Canadian 1-cent coin today? For most circulated 1971 pennies, the value remains modest, anywhere between 1 to 10 cents, depending on wear and condition. However, if you happen to own a mint state coin, especially one graded MS65 or higher, the value jumps significantly. In auctions and collector markets, high-grade examples can sell for 5 to 25 Canadian dollars, and rare era coins or coins with red luster have even sold for upwards of $100 or more. That's not all. The copper content in the coin also adds intrinsic value. Since the coin is mostly copper, and with the price of copper rising over time, each coin has a metal melt value that can be higher than its face value. Collectors love the 1971 Canadian 1 cent not just for its copper content, but because it marks the beginning of a fascinating decade in Canadian coinage. It represents a time when coins were still made from solid, valuable metals before the transition to cheaper materials in the later years. Also, many coin enthusiasts collect coins with each different portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, and the 1971 cent is a key part of that portrait progression. For new collectors, it's a great starting piece. For seasoned experts, rare high-grade versions are prized additions to any Canadian coin set. Here are a few tips if you think you might have a valuable 1971 penny. Check the condition. Coins with full detail, no scratches, and original shine are worth more. Look for mint errors. If you spot doubling, off-center strikes, or unusual patterns, your coin could be rare. Weigh the coin. Authentic 1971 Canadian cents should weigh around 3.24 grams. Significant variations may indicate errors or counterfeits. Avoid cleaning the coin. Cleaning can damage a coin's value. Always leave it in original condition. Get it graded. For high-value coins, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for certification. So there you have it. The full story, history, and current market value of the 1971 Canadian 1-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II. What may seem like a simple old penny could actually be a hidden gem in your collection or change jar. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new today, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more incredible coin stories, values, and discoveries. Let us know in the comments if you have a 1971 penny in your collection or if you found any rare variants for watching. And until next time, keep hunting, keep collecting, and remember, coin collectors and history lovers watching the hidden treasures of coins, your ultimate destination to discover the secrets, value, and history behind rare and vintage coins. And today, we're diving deep into a fascinating and often overlooked piece of Canadian coinage, the 2006 Elizabeth II KG 1-cent coin from Canada. This tiny copper-colored coin holds more value and history than you might expect. So make sure to watch till the very end. Let's begin with what this coin really is. The 2006 Canadian 1-cent coin features the iconic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse side. This portrait, designed by Susanna Blunt, is particularly famous because it does not feature the Queen wearing a crown, symbolizing a more modern, approachable image of the monarch. Below the Queen's portrait, you'll notice the initials, SB, for Susanna Blunt, and on the reverse side of the coin, where the magic really begins, you'll see a beautiful maple leaf twig, Canada's national symbol, designed by George Kruger Gray. That's where the KG initials come from. This iconic reverse design was first used in 1937 and remained on the penny until it was discontinued in 2012. The KG under the maple leaf stands for Kruger Gray, the artist behind the beautiful double-leaf design. His initials are a key point of attraction for Collect Now. Let's talk about 2006 specifically. In 2006, the Royal Canadian Mint struck over 1.2 billion 1-cent coins. That's right, 1.26 billion pennies were produced that year alone. These were made using copper-plated steel instead of solid copper, due to rising metal costs. These coins weigh 2.35 grams, measure 19.05 millimeters in diameter, and have a smooth edge. Their composition is 94% steel, 1.5% nickel, and 4.5% copper plating. While they were mass-produced, certain errors and special mint varieties have made the 2006 penny a hot topic among collectors today. Yes, some 2006 Canadian 1-cent coins come with die cracks, doubling, and even off-center strikes. There's also a magnetic and non-magnetic version, depending on which metal core was used. These differences are not always visible at a glance, but they massively affect the coin's value. Collectors go wild for off-metal strikes struck through error coins missing the last digit of the date, a rare minting issue. So, what's the value of a 2006 Canadian 1-cent coin today? In circulated condition, the coin is generally worth its face value, 1 cent, unless you're looking at special or error versions. But here's where things get interesting. High-grade uncirculated coins, MS65 and above, can fetch $1 to $5 rare error coins, or those with strong doubling, off-center strikes, or die breaks have sold for $25 to $100 or more depending on rarity and demand. A few rare mint-state errors with proof-like surfaces have been listed for over $200 in online auctions. Keep in mind, the actual value depends on condition, rarity, and demand. So if you have a 2006 1-cent coin, get it graded or inspected by a numismatic expert. Even though Canada officially stopped minting pennies in 2012, the 2006 1-cent coin remains a symbol of Canadian heritage. It's one of the final years where the penny was widely used in daily circulation, and today, it's becoming more of a collector's item than just spare change. This coin isn't just copper and steel. It's a piece of history. It reflects Canada's royal ties, national identity, and artistic excellence in coin design. So before you toss that penny aside or spend it, take a closer look. You might be holding on to something that tells a royal story, hides a rare error, or carries surprising value. Do you have a 2006 kilograms 1-cent coin? Check your piggy banks, old drawers, or inherited coin jars, and let us know in the comments what you find. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon for more in-depth coin stories and hidden numismatic gems. The hidden treasures of coins, where every coin has a story, and every story has value. Until next time, keep collecting, stay curious, and always remember, some of the greatest treasures are the smallest ones. The home of rare finds, historical treasures, and valuable coins from around the world. Today, we're going deep into the world of Canadian coinage, shining the spotlight on one specific treasure, the 2008 Canada 1-cent coin featuring none other than Queen Elizabeth I. So sit tight, grab your magnifying glass, and let's dive into the fascinating story, hidden value, and current market worth of this tiny copper gem. Let's begin with the design. The obverse of the coin proudly features the iconic portrait of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Susanna Blunt, whose initials you can spot just beneath the Queen's neckline. This effigy has been in use since 2003 and gives the coin a modern, dignified look that represents the strength and grace of Canada's monarchy. Flip the coin over, and you'll see the famous maple leaf twig, a symbol synonymous with Canada. This reverse design by George Kruger Gray has been used for Canadian pennies since 1937, representing unity, resilience, and national pride. Now let's talk about the history. The 2008 Canadian 1-cent coin was minted by the Royal Canadian Mint, located in Winnipeg, Manitoba. At the time, the penny was still being produced in large numbers, and the mint was using a plated steel core with layers of copper to create the coin. This was part of a cost-cutting move to make coin production more economical while preserving the traditional look. That year, more than 800 million 1-cent coins were struck and circulated. However, not all of them are the same. A few rare varieties and era coins from 2008 have become incredibly sought after among collectors. So what should you be looking for? Era coins from 2008 can include double dies, off-center strikes, missing plating, or even a misaligned die, and any of these variations can skyrocket the value of an otherwise common penny. There are also coins with higher grade preservation, like MS67 or MS68, which are very hard to find in circulation. These coins are crisp, detailed, and nearly flawless, and they are worth far more than face value. Now let's talk numbers. The value. A standard circulated 2008 Canada 1 cent coin is worth about 1 to 5 cents. However, if you have an uncirculated or mint state coin, the value can rise significantly. MS65 grade, around $1 to $3 CAD. MS66 to MS67, between $5 and $20 CAD. Rare era coins, some have sold for $50 to $200 plus CAD, depending on the era type and demand. The real jackpot? Finding a certified rare mint error. Those coins have sold at auctions for over $300 or more in exceptional cases. But the bigger story here is not just about money. The 2008 penny represents the final years of the Canadian 1 cent coin, which was officially discontinued in 2012. That decision made coins like the 2008 issue part of a fading legacy, making them more valuable to collectors as time goes on. So even if your 2008 penny isn't worth hundreds today, it holds historical importance. And who knows? In the years to come, its value could rise, especially if you keep it in pristine condition. So next time you're sifting through your change, keep an eye out for the 2008 Canada 1 cent coin. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your coin journey, this little copper piece is a symbol of Canadian history, royalty, and numismatic charm. Do you have a 2008 penny in your collection? Have you come across any rare errors or high-grade coins? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more incredible coin stories and rare finds from around the world. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep collecting, keep exploring, and stay curious.